Welcome to class, everyone. We'll begin seated and then we'll start our dynamic movement practice. But today, drawing inward all of the inspiration we take from nature, and just to remind ourselves that we're part of nature and that can give us a beautiful feedback loop to just connect and allow the body to slow down and feel its own nature. So let's start in the comfortable seat. Take those sits bones and you can feel the sits bones with your hands. And just make sure they're up on the edge of your cushion or blanket. I'm sitting on a block. You can sit kneeling on that block, whatever you find comfortable, to allow the spine to naturally curve in the lumbar spine, so the lower spine. Rub the hands together, warm them up, and bring that warmth to the low back, and just feel your elbows reaching behind you. The heart automatically opens more, and we feel that warmth of the hands and that curve rising up towards the mid spine. So already feel that lift, and then allow the hands to just rest on the thighs for that natural centering and grounding energy. And as you find that comfort in your seat, roll the shoulder blades down the back, roll the shoulders, drop away from the ears, and we just rise up through the crown of the head, noticing our inhale and exhale. So we're simply witnessing to begin with, noticing our natural breath that matches the winds, the breezes, that interacts with this ecosphere around us. Notice your breath. The natural breath that fuels us. Notice the physicality of that breath. So close the eyes, you can go inward. Just feel that sense of how your breath naturally responds and how the body responds to your breath without changing it at all. As part of our practice today, we're going to just honor nature as we head into our fall season, just past our equinox, and reflect on nature and the quality of so many natural beings out there who have a way of having that equanimity of not judging and just remaining neutral. Whether that be our creatures out there, farm animals or wild creatures or trees, have a thought there and find a focus of something that allows you to get a sense of inspiration for being present in this moment. And in a way that is more common to our animal kingdom and other living sentient beings. And as you practice today, see if you can orbit around that idea of non-judgment and neutrality. Drawing that sense of neutrality into the third eye, into the mind. Quieting the mind to allow the flurry of thoughts to slow down and settle like the surface of a lake on a calm day. Entering conscious breath, we'll take that lovely 3-part breath into the belly, deep into the belly, and expand the ribs, and then all the way up to the shoulders. Feel that breath filling the rib cage, so it's all the way up to the top. And then as you exhale, notice that things come inward, and we're moving the breath up, outward, but also the body is drawing inward. Take that in 3 parts: belly, ribs, chest. And a nice long exhale that you notice all of the systems in place that allow you to exhale fully, naturally filtering. Calling to mind a natural environment or a natural thing hold the ribs. So take the hands, you can keep the eyes closed and take the hands to the sides of the ribs. Fill the belly and then the ribs and feel that expansion in all directions in that spherical way. And exhale, feel how the breath operates in your hands, subtle movements as we continue to root through the sits bones and reaching that crown of the head taller. Heart tall forward. Beautiful. Drop the hands, flutter the eyes open, and then reach up for the sky. Reach up, really reach the shoulders all the way up to the ears. Just take that tension. Inhale. And then exhale, draw the shoulders away from the ears and feel as if you're holding something solid, but not too solid between your hands. There's a relationship between the hands there, between the palms, keeping our arms active. And then just imagine that's a beautiful, clear ball of energy in your hands and look up and behold something wonderful. Gaze forward, take your hands to prayer, and then we'll sway in the breeze, just like our palm trees, and anchoring through our sits bones. So where that anchor allows the flexibility as we move up the spine, side to side. Beautiful. Reach up for the sky. And then palms forward, we'll come into cactus arms. So imitating those bright reaching of our cactus trees. Fingertips wide. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Let's hang the laundry on the line. So the forearms are going to come down and just feel the weight of the hands. And then drape that energy. Just drape the hands down. Sway. Stillness comes up. And then we take the thumbs behind us and the pinkies up. It's okay to have the pinkies up here. Exhale, and then palms forward, down, laundry on the line. Feel this connection to the shoulder sockets, right? We're going to take the thumbs back again, pinkies up. Inhale. Exhale, palms forward, and the shoulder sockets are nice and fluid. Hang it down. Come on up, beautiful. Then take the fingertips to the shoulders. Make circles with your elbows in the backward direction and a forward direction. So a few to the back. And a few forward. Exhaling forward. Excellent. Let's take those elbows like blades and just take the fingertips together. Use the rhomboids, those are in between the shoulder blades, to propel that force backwards, not throwing the force backwards through the elbows, but through those larger back muscles. We often throw those arms around and forget that we have big muscles of support. So let's touch those together. Beautiful. Great. And then we'll take the elbows, take the hands behind basically touching your shoulders or behind the neck. Bring the elbows together in front of your face, and then lift those elbows up, and then separate them, and then bring the wrists together if you can behind you, behind the head. And then bring it down. Exhale. Inhale as the elbows come together and trace that line up. And then wrists behind you. So we're really feeling that expansion. Inhale as they go up, matching the breath with the movement, and coming down. So really a long path of butterfly wings here. Circular directions. Echoing the circles in space around us. So many inspirational shapes. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale. Wrists together, and then we'll come out to our T arms and just really feel the expansion. Palms forward, open up the heart. So you're reaching up and seeing something you want to hug, and then to cross the arms and hug yourself. Curl the spine in. Inhale, expand, open again. Other arm on top. Curl in, navel towards the spine. Look down. Beautiful. And then we'll take the arms out again. And then back to our cactus. Take the thumbs behind you and we'll close those forearms together, lifting the elbows up towards the sky, part the curtains, back to elbows down all the way to the ribs, and then bring the forearms together. Trace that line upward and open up. Use your breath to find the rhythm. Soft gaze. Beautiful. Allow the hands to drift down to the floor. Fingertips find the floor. And then we use that root system. So let's change the cross of the legs if we're in our cross-legged. And we're going to take those fingertips and really feel the tendrils. So imagine the roots of a tree, whether they're going outward like redwoods or deep down like some of our deep-rooted trees. Feel that connection to the earth. Sits bones, anchor, fingertips, elevate. So we're really breathing upward. And then down, shoulders away from the ears. We're going to look over our right shoulder. And then trace the line with your chin back to the front and look over the left shoulder. And let's take that path back again. This time, let's tuck the chin towards the right shoulder and trace a line into the center of the body with your chin. Looking up at the sky, inhale. Exhale, look forward and then over to your left. Take a nice breath here, pressing through the fingertips. Tuck the chin towards that shoulder in the distance there and tuck in towards the center. Keeping the heart tall, just allow the chin to drop and release, right? Release the way that a tree releases the leaves. It just lets go. So you can let go of the effort, but keep that heart tall. Inhale, look up. Exhale, take the right ear to right shoulder and really soften and reaching that arm on the left out. And then we're going to take tiny circles in one direction and tiny circles in the other direction. So we're being really kind and soft with our neck extension here. Take the fingertips down again. Inhale, take the palm up to the sky on the right side. Sweep that arm up to your left ear and press the ear into the hand, and a gentle press back with the hand on the ear, and then release. Now take your right hand to the right ear and elevate that crown of the head upward. Inhale, exhale, left ear toward left shoulder, pressing through your right fingertips, especially. Soften. Find that breath. Beautiful. And then we'll take the right hand out, tiny circles, really branching out from the center, and then circle back. Beautiful. Bring that down, lift the left palm up towards the sky, and then reach around for that right ear. Press the ear into the hand into the ear, just soft. And then release, take the left hand to left ear. And find that freedom in the neck now. Just do a few turns side to side, just noticing the freedom you've created there. So now we're going to switch to our tabletop. Grab a blanket so you can cushion those shins and the knees. And make that transition 3/4 of the way down the mat, your blanket, and bring those knees just draping over the edge of that blanket. So keeping our knees nice and comfortable, because we're going to do a lunge here as well. So find the squaring off of the hips, the knees below the hips, wrists below the shoulders. Inhale the shoulders towards your ears, and then exhale them away from the ears towards the armpits. Really lengthening through the spine. So we're elongating the spine in our inhale into that belly and the ribs and the chest, and then exhaling everything out. Feel the just natural abdominal work that happens. You're going to take the belly button towards the spine, the navel towards the spine. Exhaling out. Inhale again. Exhale out. So support that curve of the low back. Support this horizontal position with one more big breath. Feeling that natural strength pressing the air out. And now let's curve gracefully into our cat. So curl the tailbone under and feel that natural arching up towards the sky, dropping the head at the last moment, looking at the knees. And then exhaling, let's take the tailbone up and really undulate through the spine and look up. And coordinated with your breath, take 2 more rounds. You can try to alternate the breath with each movement if you want to inhale going up or exhale going up. Opposing breath. Just see how that feels to alternate your breath and get to know it. Get to know the nature of your breath. And then we'll look down and take a side to side. So we're just swaying the spine side to side. Getting into that side body. Ah, so nice. Beautiful. And then we'll find that neutral spine again. Take the right leg back, curl the toes under, and we'll just do our nice, easy hamstring opener. Going back and forth, length on the mat. There you go. Good. Come back to our neutral spine, draw that right toes over towards the left. I love this one. We're going to look back at our right toes to over the left shoulder and then come back, sweep the foot back and then forward, cushion those knees. And then we're going to take the left leg back and curl the toes back and forth, just nice rocking, keeping your hips squared off. And then we'll come back to neutral and sweep that left foot over towards the right, gaze back at our amazing feet. And let's just give them some love. They do so much work. Work for us. Come on back. Let's sweep that leg back into place. Beautiful. And then from here, we'll take a lunge. So we're going to take the right knee forward, curling in through the spine as you do that. Place the right foot on the floor. And before we go in deeper into this lunge, I just want you to get a sense of your framework. Yeah. So just the structure that supports our body, our natural movement. That's the front foot and the back shin. And when you start to draw those towards each other in that energetic way, you'll notice that the hips naturally square off. But we're going to try to draw that right hip back a little bit more. And then take the fingertips to the mat. This is a nice little trick to lengthen our spine, is drop into that hip, but then inhale as you pull the fingertips back. And you'll notice that natural stretching through the crown of the head that lengthens and gives us more space in the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, see if you can just bring your mind's eye to that right hip and that right hip socket. If you want to go a little further, you can take the right hand on the inside of the right foot and just take that foot over to the right side a little bit more. Again, square up those hips. And if your palms find their way to the mat, great, for a little bit of a deeper stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Really fuel this opening as we inhale into the belly. And exhale if you want to bend the elbows a little bit and see if you get a little closer to the floor, just dropping the heart towards the floor, maybe opening that hip a tiny bit more. So we're taking our time, opening the hip. Inhale, inflate the back of your ribs. So you just come naturally back up as you straighten the arms and scooch that foot back in so the hands are around it. And we just naturally draw that knee back to its place in tabletop. Inhale, we're going to take the left knee forward and the left foot on the inside of the hands. Let's take that same framework approach. So we take that back shin, the front foot, and really find the surface there and connect the two dots. And then find your way to that left hip and see if it'll just draw back towards the back of the mat a little bit more. And take the fingertips to the mat and then draw backward. Feel yourself lengthen. Exhale. Feel that connection to the left hip. So you can stay right here, just taking your time with that right hip, putting some oil with the oil can, any tight spots, or you can take your left hand inward on the inside of the left foot and be careful with that knee alignment over those two toes on the left side. And inhale, exhale, see if the palms find the floor and bend the elbows, but keep that knee in line behind the toes, okay? Nice, melt the heart. So see if you can just imagine just someone touching with the two fingers on in between those shoulder blades, and just see if you can squeeze those together a little bit to melt down. Really exhale out. Fill the belly. And then exhale. Good job. Now take the left hand on the outside of the left foot. Scooch that in. And then draw the knee back. Take the big toes together and the knees wide apart. And we'll slide back to child's hips on heels. Really reach out to the edge of the mat in front of you and bring the forehead down. Now we're closing the eyes and just coming inward. If you want to be on your back and hold the knees as a hug, that's fine too, if you want to protect the knees. Inhale into the back ribs, exhale out. So notice the shape of your breath again. Notice if you've changed your breath at all, if you've managed to influence it. And then see if the breath can influence you, like if it's telling you something and its quality. Walk the hands over to the right side and your forehead with it, and we'll really see if we can draw that left hip back as we reach over to the right. Anchor through that left hip. Great. Walk the hands back to center, and we'll take it to the other side. This time reaching along on the right side, and then we're drawing the right hip backward. And again, as if someone were gently pressing there, you can really feel that solidity there. Sway back to center naturally. Again, forehead to the mat. Let's just roll the head side to side, giving a little massage to the forehead, to the mind. Finding that beautiful presence and non-judgment. Back to our child's pose, neutral child's pose. Now we're going to curl up through cat toward dog. Inhale, up into cat. Separate those shins so that they're more in tabletop. And then we're going to take those index fingers pointing towards the top of the mat. And draw the energy away from the ears with your shoulders towards the armpits. Curl the toes under and lift, elevate the hips. Beautiful. Bend the knees, bring the ribs towards the thighs, and just push away from those hands, the strong hands, and pedal the feet. So we're taking our time, walking the dog, just pedal those feet. So you feel that slow extension through the hamstrings. Going a little, taking your time, right? I mean, our nature around us is not going at the New York subway pace, right? We're just slowing things down. Reach up, bend the knees, take the ribs to the thighs. Exhale. See if you can bring those heels towards the floor as you push away with the hands. Soften your face. And more expansion through those hamstrings. But really lift the hips up. So you're feeling that length through the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, walk the hands to the feet. Great, take that prop aside, take the blanket aside. If you have a block, have that handy and just hang your head down and just release. So
The head can release as we imitate our bat in the cave, but just see if you can allow the brain to relax a bit. Inhale. Feel that extend. Inhale all the way into the belly. Feel the body rise naturally, and then exhale down. Hang it down. Great. As we come towards chair, just suggesting to take that block and place it between your thighs. Great. Find your feet hip width apart, spread the toes, and then sit back in an imaginary chair. Sweep those arms behind you, and then up to the ears, next to the ears. Peel off your thighs and enjoy a chair. Building our strength, finding the surface of the foot, all four corners. Stand strong, and then all the way up to standing. Stay slow. Stay here with your arms elevated, getting your bearings. Great. Squeezing that block if it's between your thighs or an imaginary one. Take the hands together in prayer position, and we're going to sway here. We're a lot taller sway. You can hook the thumbs together. Inhale as you go up. Exhale as you sweep to one side and then the other. Feel how, again, the breath can be like the winds, like a breeze. That exchange with our atmosphere through our breath and our movement, of course. Reach on up towards the sky, look up at those hands, and then draw that back down the center as you look forward to your third eye. Pause there. And then bring it past the throat down to that amazing heart. Let's take another breath, expansive breath, reaching up towards the sky and bringing everything into the center through our exhale, feeling everything move naturally like a magnet into the center, that vertical center of the body. Inhale again. Exhale down. And then just squeezing that block just so that we solidify our mountain pose. Let's take the hands, clasp them behind the head, actually behind the skull, not at the base of the neck, but at the skull, and allow the elbows to go out to the side. And press into your hand, press your head into your hand and your hand into the head, just to see how that awakens the spine and gets you in a little more natural alignment and an ability to drop that tailbone and align, and then let go of the pressure. And the arms come to the side. Feel that beautiful alignment. Beautiful mountain pose, strong. And remove the block. And just walk to the center of the mat. And we're going to do a tree flow. So we're going to take different ways to approach tree and really tap into our balance and the different kinds of trees that we can bring into our honoring those trees. Great. So let's find mountain pose in the middle of the mat. Spread the toes, and that foundational, right? We want the roots. Imagine the big toe mound, the little toe mound, the inner heel and the outer heel have roots. And then from that strength, drawing upward through the inner part of the legs, feel they energetically traveling up to the glutes, and then you feel those glutes engage, right? So we've got a solid base, a solid trunk. And then we can lift that heart up, tuck the low ribs in, and we're doing our ab work just by standing here, especially consciously standing and consciously breathing. Great. So we're going to take a rooted tree to begin with. The weight is going to go on to the left side. So a word before we go into this. So the tendency when we go on to one side, if we're just hanging around in space, we tend to go to side. So sassy hips, right? But with tree, we don't want the sassy hips so much. We want to draw everything inward into that core of our trunk, right? So let's take that strong tower on the left, strong foot, and the knee is not hyperextended, it's micro bent. And then we're just going to do a rooted tree here. So we're going to take the right heel to the left ankle and open up the knee to the side. Rooted tree. Inhale. Let's do 3 prayer positions right through center. If you sway a little bit, notice that, just swaying off center, just really subtle movements. Inhale and exhale. You can take for the balance, let's go to mountain pose, just a word on balance. If you want to take the tongue to just behind the teeth, that can also just help you focus into balance, as well as keeping a focus on a still point in the distance. Let's take a rooted tree on the left side, left heel to right shin, and draw inwards. Inhale, prayer, exhale. Feel that drawing into the breath, draws you in and sends that energy upward as well. Find that neutral equanimity of a tree. Down through center, beautiful. Now let's find our way back to mountain, find that stability. Take it to the left side. This is rooting through the left, keeping those glutes engaged as we lift our knee out into a right angle on the right side. And then take your hand underneath actually just underneath the knee or underneath the thigh, and open that out to the side. So before we go into tree, we're just getting that hip opening. So we're taking this from the right hip, and then open the left arm out to the side. Hold this balance as you can. Beautiful. Bring it back to center. Release, and we'll take it to the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Take strong right tower. Hold underneath the thigh or just under the knee. We'll open it up. Open up the hip. Right arm, inhale, open up. Exhale, find that strength on the right side. Counterbalance with that arm. So we're connecting. So the arm, the hand connected down to that leg and the foot. And then we're going to close that like a door into the front, and then come on down. And then we'll enter our tree with that knee lift. So inhale, we're taking to the left side this time. Inhale the knee up and then out, just like we were doing without the hand. And the right foot's going to find the inside of the left leg. And now we're not going to press them hard together, but energetically bring that foot in coordination with the leg in a beautiful coordinated way. Inhale the arms up and take that prayer position down center. See if you can maintain that stillness as you take the arms up to the sky and down again. And if you falter, that's beautiful practice. Inhale. Excellent. Bring it down. Exhale. Inhale the left knee up. Open it out to the side. Place the foot gently on that right leg. Find the center between them. Just that fine point of leveling the energy between them. It's very micro. And the hips are nice and steady. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down. So this is a hip opener as well as a strengthener and stabilizer. And definitely top 3 of my favorite yoga poses. Bring it down. And allow the foot to find the floor. Now I'm going to give you a choice. You can come up into your next tree, sliding up the leg from our kickstand from that rooted tree, or you can do this through the opener of the knee lift. So there's definitely different ways to get in there, but we'll do a windy tree. So reach the arms up, inhale, up towards the sky. And then whatever way you want to enter tree, we'll do it both same on both sides though. Find your tree and then sway, windy tree. Around, just really test that. And if you fall out, just place that right foot down. Really use the space around you with your hands, your arms, explore the space, even just slightly behind you, keeping that, remember that skull in the hands. So just really keep that active and come down. Other side, find tree your way, arms up. And we'll be a windy tree here. Whoosh. Explore. With the breath. Excellent. Come down. Now we'll do a midnight tree. This is the extra challenge. Whatever way you went into tree, do the opposite. So I'm going to slide up the leg here. We're on the left foot. Left leg strong. And now take the hands however you'd like. If you want to reach up or bring them in prayer into the center in front of the heart, but close one eye. And you may want a furniture nearby if you want to support for practice or a wall. Feel free to do that. Close one eye. Open that, close the other. Notice your breath. And then see if you really want to challenge, but only if you have something nearby, you can close both eyes and just kind of practice that feeling of balance and how it's super duper affected by our drishti, by that gaze, right? Open the eyes, come out of that, change sides. Find your tree. Find your arms that you'd like reaching up or in prayer. Close one eye. And close the other. Notice the micro movements that happen. If you'd like a full midnight tree, you can close the eyes. I definitely recommend perhaps holding onto a furniture. But again, it's a good pose that if you fall out of it, you have a lot of surface to work with those feet. Oh, beautiful. And then come out, shake it out. Shake that out. Come to the base of your mat. And we'll lengthen out. Coming down to the mat. Inhale, look up with your hands. Another beautiful ball of energy in the hands. This time as we come down, we're going to go into a forward bend, but really sweep the arms out as if you're painting the surface of that wall on the other side of your room. You can bend the knees as you come down. We're going to come into a flat back, reaching the arms out, or keep the arms straight. We're going to find fingertips, find the floor, hang the head down momentarily. Shake the head yes and no. Walk the hands, bend the knees, and then walk the hands out to our second downward dog. Finding that balance between the hands and the feet. Bend the knees, and then straighten the legs if you can. Drawing that energy back in that diagonal line. Geometry here, or triangle, and then we're going to come forward into that more rectangular inspiration of plank. And then slide back. So we're using our breath, inhaling as we go back into our dog, exhaling as we draw those shoulders away from the ears and coming forward into plank. Finding your breath. Beautiful. One more time. Such a wonderful everyday pose. This dog, one knee down, then the other. Slide the hips back to child's or roll over and hug the knees. Forehead down to the mat. Roll the head side to side. A calming moment here, inward. Feel that curl of your spine. Find the peace of mind, of body. Find that beautiful breath. Excellent. We'll take our seat here as we navigate into boat, taking the feet to the floor. Hold, we're doing our baby boat. Always great, another everyday practice. Take the hands behind the thighs. So as you take the hands behind the thighs and then in towards the inner thighs, the fingertips come to the inner thighs, you can really draw outward. So you're making a a spiral outward as you draw the hands towards the outer part of the body. And then you've got your inner thighs inwardly spiraling, supporting the low back. Inhale into the spine, exhale, lean back, keeping that skull sacrum alignment. So you're looking up at the diagonal. The gaze is important here, keeping it soft, but keeping it diagonal. And then just come back up to seated. And then we're flexing back, just nice and steady. And then up again. And then lean back. Don't go too far. Reach out with your arms. Palms up to the sky. And notice that sense of receiving that happens with those open palms. Beautiful. Take the hands to the back of the thighs. Lift one foot off the mat and then the other. See if you can square off and find evenness with the feet. Spread the toes and lean back as you can. And then feet down. Just curl in towards the shins. Take the head to the knees if you can, or towards the knees. Just curl the spine. So we're taking navel towards the spine, doing a cat. Cat in another direction. Resting the forehead. And then sitting up again. Try that ab work again. Take the hands to the back of the thighs. And then up. Both hands and feet free. See if you can navigate that. Breathe. Palms up. Open the collarbones. Feet down. Take the hands to the floor. Elbows behind you. So you're reaching along with those elbows. Sorry, you're bending them equally behind you towards the top of the mat. Open the heart. Just feel that slight back bend that happens as you look up at the clouds or the blue sky. And exhale, curl the spine. And we're going to go down to the mat, down to the elbows. Take the hand behind the skull. Ease yourself down to the mat. Beautiful. And then we're going to take a bridge here. So allow the fingertips to find the back of the heels. Keep the feet hip width apart. Take that block to your inner thighs. So we really get some really deep center engagement there. Beautiful. Curl the hips up and the spine up towards the sky, sternum towards the chin, looking up. As if you're looking at a beautiful starry sky. Feel that naturally ease in your face when you imagine something gorgeous like that. And then curl down. Inhale, hips up. Making that wave shape, keeping the arms down full length on the mat. Curl back down. Release your breath. Inhale up one more time. This time, clasp your fingertips underneath the sacrum and see if you can press more along the arms, bringing the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the block. Feel that strength of your deep inner core. Hold for a breath. Send the breath upward to that belly. Exhale, release the fingertips. Curl in, navel to spine. Remove the block, and then we're going to act as if that block is still there. And we'll just do some nice balancing with our feet here. Curl the spine upward. Take a full bridge, keep the hips elevated, and see how much you can square them off as you take your right foot and just kick it out straight in line with the left thigh, and then down. Weight comes to the right foot, lift the left leg long, and down. Inhale, let's try to lift those hips again. They probably sunk a little bit, and then we'll kick that out again. And then down, slow and steady. Another round here. Keeping the face soft and the breath steady. Neutral mind. And And one more time. Both feet, curl the spine. So we're doing a cat, upside down cat. Curl the spine down. And the sacrum finds the mat. Ah, lovely. Let's straighten out the legs along the mat. Inhale the arms next to the ears and just find the length there as we press through the feet. Tadasana, reclined. Inhale, exhale, arms next to the body. Bend the knees and find a strap near you. Lace the props off to the side so we have some time for our amazing hamstring opener. They're going to take that strap and inhale the right knee towards the face and place the strap on the ball of the right foot. This time, when we lengthen our leg up, we're going to go either in the diagonal or the vertical with that right leg, just finding your comfort zone. What is your breath in your body telling you to do? That's the information you need. And let's just give our little acupressure to the bottom of our feet with the strap, as if your tiny little towel is drying you off. Bottom of the feet. So there's lots of surface area there that communicates to the rest of the body. Beautiful. And then back to the ball of the foot, bend and straighten the leg as we guide those hamstrings to opening. And then we'll take that right foot heel towards the left thigh. And as you do that, anchor through your right hip. Yeah, feel that anchor towards the earth. It's going to want to come up, but anchor it down with your exhale. Bend and straighten here. Find that beautiful breath. And then come on back to a neutral place, really taking a trip around town with our leg here as we take this both sides of the strap in the right hand and open up to the right, allowing the left knee to drift all to the side for counterbalance. Or you can take the left leg, the left knee out for counterbalance, or you can take that left leg long in a Tadasana style foot. Place the hand on the left thigh. So anchoring on that left side is very important here. And feeling that connection to your right foot and the ball of the foot. As you breathe deep into the belly, notice that natural separation that the hip bones have. And then as you exhale, notice the drawing inward. They draw towards each other and the air is able to exit. Use that to your advantage. Let's see if we can support that opening with that inhale. And then the exhale, drawing inward to the strength of our center. Sweep the right foot up towards the sky. Maybe a little more flexibility. Bend the left knee, sole the foot to the floor. You're going to bridge up and roll onto your left side. So we're finding ourselves on the side, and our geometry here is the right angle. The sacrum is the right angle, and the pelvis right angle to the floor. And we've got the skull in the same line as the sacrum. Great. Back of the skull. Take the left hand to the strap and then bend your left knee. And just notice that you're taking that to another right angle. And take your right hand to your heart. Holding onto the strap, we'll draw a line with our elbow out towards the right side. Open up that arm to a T or into cactus, whatever's comfortable for you. And now we found the twist. Doing the twist. Place the left elbow a little deeper towards the earth and lift up through the sternum and see if you can bring the mid and upper back more into the twist with the pelvis steady. Easing over our right shoulder. You can even reach back for your left foot if you'd like. That quad stretch there If it's over efforting, then no, don't bother. Just point that tailbone towards the base of the mat. Do what's natural. Release the left foot. And then with that right hand, just sweep across the sky, fingers active, and then come back to our palms together on the strap. Bend that left knee and come on back up to our hamstring elevated. Our leg elevated. Beautiful. And then bend and gently remove the strap, guide that left leg out long, and then match it with the left leg. And it's always just kind of amazing to feel the difference here. No matter how many times I do this, I close the eyes and I'm like, wow, my right leg is longer. Yeah. Let's bend the knees and see how we can even it out. Inhale the left knee towards the face. Take the strap around the foot and reach on up to the sky, or take that diagonal path. Spread the toes, dropping into your the left hip socket. Just feel that gravity. And bend and straighten. So we're really as we gently loosen the hamstrings, the lower back responds. Deep connection there, giving our lower back a break. Bend and straighten. Finding neutral again, take the left heel towards the right hip. And keeping that knee in line with the toes, we're just going to bend and straighten here. If you feel that super sensational hamstring vibe, then just breathe deeper into that belly. Exhale out your tension there. Come back to our neutral. Take the left hand, grabbing the strap, and open up like a door out to the left, keeping the ball of foot connected to that strap. And then you can open the right knee out to the side, or straighten out the right leg. Take your hand to the thigh and really use that like a sandbag, right? Just imagine that on your thigh, holding it to the earth. Release. Every exhale in our practice can be a path to letting a few things go that we need to. Pull both sides of that strap with both hands. Take the right knee, bend it, sole of the foot to the floor, back up towards the sky. And then we can use the force of that right foot, just bridging up, coming onto our right side. And the foot lands down, right hand holds the strap sides. Find that alignment, right? Our hips 90 degrees to the earth. And we've got our bent knee on the right side, making a right angle with that foot. Skull to sacrum, all the landmarks. Take the left hand to the heart, elbow to the sky, trace that beautiful arc shape up above you, like a rainbow painted above you, and then open up to our left side expansion. Take the right elbow into the earth, lift the sternum up, exhale, melt it towards our hot lava beneath us in the earth. And then see if you want to grab that right foot, this would be the time, or just leave it, pointing the tailbone towards the bottom of the mat, extension through that front of that thigh. Really going to the extension of the shapes we can make. Twists take us to that extension. Inhale into the belly, release the foot on an exhale. Sweep the left fingertips across the sky. Find that meeting of the hands. Roll onto the back. Foot to the sky. Bend the knee, release the strap, and then both legs long. Arms at the side, and just feel the difference. Now that we've addressed both sides, that balance, symmetry achieved. Beautiful. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. We'll take the knees together and the feet wide apart. This is just a moment to take a tour of your body. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. A little moment to observe the breath and observe the body. Are there lingering points of tension that you'd like to address? You can even address it simply with oxygenation, breathing, or if you want to take a little extra stretch here, pose, feel free. Hugging the knees or a happy baby, whatever you need. And something that the relief will carry with you off the mat. And then we'll drape one arm next to the body, the other next to the body. Press through your elbows and allow that sternum to inhale up, pressing the shoulder blades together, melting naturally those shoulders away from the center line, away from the heart. And we can breathe that much easier. Palms up towards the sky, allowing even more capacity for the breath. And lengthen our right leg. And lengthen the left leg, stand on the feet, just imaginary surface for a moment, feeling that strength of your legs. Inhale, exhale, drop the feet out to the side. Just drop it out. Close the eyes. And we'll come back to that focus. The breeze of the breath. The third eye, much more still. Surface of a lake when there's no wind. Just that beautiful blue or silver surface of a lake. That's our mind. Ease the body, accepting gravity. Feeling the breath fill all the way down to the feet on an inhale. Down the arms to the fingers, and an exhale. Everything releases out. Following the path of all of those sentient beings on earth who breathe along with us, who create breath, in the case of trees, actually create our ability to breathe. A harmony that we can enjoy with every breath. Deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and the toes. And bend the knees and the elbows and just easily roll over onto your right side, resting for a breath. Inhaling, helping yourself up with your hands to meet in our seated position. As we close our practice, releasing the arms up to the sky,
prayer position to our amazing hearts. Thank you so much for joining me in the practice today. Great to see you all. Namaste.